Welcome to the world of Python. Programming might sound complicated, but it's really just about giving instructions to a computer. Python is one of the languages we use to talk to computers. The cool thing about Python is that it's designed to be easy to read and understand, even for beginners. Think of Python as a helpful assistant. You can tell it what to do, and it will do it for you. This can be anything from simple calculations to complex tasks like analyzing data or even controlling robots. Python is used in many different fields, from building websites to creating video games. Because it's so versatile and beginner-friendly, Python is a great language to start your programming journey with. You'll be amazed by what you can create with just a few lines of code. Let's dive in and explore the basic building blocks of Python. Think of them as boxes. Imagine you have many boxes to organize your stuff. You can label each box to remember what's inside. In Python, we call these labels variables. Variables are like containers that hold information. For example, you can create a variable called name and store the value Alice in it. Later, when you need to use the name Alice in your program, you can just use the variable name instead of typing Alice again and again. Variables can hold different types of information, like numbers, words, or even lists of items. They make it easy to work with data in your programs and keep things organized. We know variables are like boxes, but what kind of things can we put inside? Python has several built-in data types, each designed to hold a specific kind of information. Let's look at a few common ones. Integers. These are whole numbers like 10, 25, or 1000. Floats. These are numbers with decimal points like 3.14, 2.7, or 9.81. Strings. These are sequences of characters like Hello Python or I love programming. Booleans. These represent truth values and can be either true or false. Knowing the different data types helps you write more efficient code and avoid errors. For example, you can't perform mathematical operations on strings, but you can on integers and floats. Section 4 loops, repeating actions made easy. Let's say you need to print hello 10 times. Typing it out 10 times would be tedious, right? That's where loops come in handy. Loops allow you to repeat a block of code multiple times. Python has two main types of loops: loops and loops. A loop is used when you know the number of times you want to repeat the code. A loop, on the other hand, runs as long as a certain condition is true. Loops save you time and effort by automating repetitive tasks. They are essential for working with large data sets and performing complex operations efficiently. Section 5 functions, bundling instructions for later. Imagine you're baking a cake. You follow a recipe, which is a set of instructions for baking the cake. Functions in programming are very similar to recipes. They are blocks of code that perform a specific task. For instance, you could write a function called that prints a greeting message. Once you define a function, you can call it whenever you need to execute those instructions. Functions make your code reusable and organized. You can break down complex problems into smaller, manageable chunks of code, making it easier to debug and maintain.